What's up, guys? J-Man here, and this is my sequel. And of course, we are here for another episode, podcast of the Dynamic Duo. We finally got a name. I know, we didn't really think of it. We just thought of the first thing that came to our heads.
You did it, anyways.
Yeah, I did.
It's all Jake, people. All Jake.
I know, I'm a genius, but...
I can't come up with a name.
But yeah, well, he's already spoken, but I'm still gonna introduce him. Here is the boy wonder to my Cape Crusader, Ryan Silver, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, man?
Sounds weird. The boy wonder to my Caped Crusader. What are we doing, bro?
We can't swear, man. Family friendly content.
We'll just like bleep it out anyways. Like afterwards when you're editing it, just like beep beep beep. Like we could just, you know what we could do? We could like, I don't know for which one, but like for one of the topics, we could just have it like beep the whole way through, and keep people in, like leave them in anticipation of what's, you know, what we're actually talking about.
We could do that for the Justice League trailer.
We could, because I mean honestly, nobody wants to talk about Justice League in general, or I mean that might just be me.
Well,
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it like when the topic comes up.
That's probably like the one that's just gonna be the shortest topic.
Probably. I mean, you never know. Like we could end up, you know, rambling on about how DC sucks when it comes to making movies. Again.
I've learned from last episode. I've learned not to rant because I go on forever, and that's not good. But okay, take 45. What's up, guys? J-Man. For God's sake, I forgot my intro.
Jesus Christ. Wait, let me do it. All right, tell me when we're rolling. Or are we just gonna keep this entire thing in here? Can we just keep this whole thing in there?
Yeah, man. I'm still recording.
All right, so let's take 57. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Dynamic Duo. I am Ryan Malik, of course. Might know me as Silver Productions. Yada yada yada. I am the boy wonder to Jake, who is the Cape Crusader. Again, the weirdest thing I'll ever say on this podcast. But we are here, the Dynamic Duo podcast. Jake, you care to say anything before we get into the action?
Yeah, I'm just like, hi guys, world's greatest detective over here. That's it.
All right. The first topic we have here is Logan. Logan reviewing the movie as a whole. Now, I mean, you know me, I'm gonna probably just go into this, so I'm gonna let you speak first. What did you think of Logan?
Well, to be honest, I would rather you speak first, because this is your topic.
Alright, so, alright, like I said in the last episode, Logan was a movie that I was looking forward to for a while now, because, well, overall, like, the feel of the movie it just brought out certain emotions, and not only me, but I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of people around the world, too, it being Hugh Jackman's last movie as the Wolverine and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So the premise of the story, of course, they're in the year, I believe, was it 2025, like somewhere around that, 29, I believe, and
yeah,
like most of the mutants are like gone, they're dead, and the only ones left, well, the only one left, there's like I can't, all right, so there's like a few left, like including Wolverine, Xavier, the guy who's taking care of them, the albino, I can't remember his name right now.
Caliban. See, you gotta get the Wikipedia page up, man. That's why I saw Caliban.
Alright, I'll pull it up right now. Alright, so they're in, so Caliban, the albino, and, the premise of the story is that, the government, I'm using air quotes here, you can't see, but I am, have been using mutant DNA to create their own mutants, and the man in charge of this is, I can spoil, right? Because, like, it's been, like, I mean, me personally, when it comes to spoiling, like, it's, like, the time frame is a week. If you haven't seen the movie after a week, then, I mean, you deserve to get it spoiled. Sorry, I'm gonna go into it. Yeah. So the guy who runs, the program is the grandson of God, what is his name? Stryker, right? Is it the son or the grandson of Stryker? Stryker, of course, the man that gave Wolverine his adamantium.
So yeah.
But I mean, the premise of the story follows well, the end of Wolverine as a whole, as all of you know for sure. But it also follows the debut or the birth of a new character in X23, and I mean, for me, I expected a lot out of the movie as a whole, but when I ended up watching the movie, I thought it just summed up the whole series beautifully. And there's I mean, the one thing I'm still on the edge about is I'm not sure if this meant to be part of the X-Men series as a whole or no.
Well, they're all confused about the continuity of this, but I expect it is. But it's still confusing.
Right. Cause yeah, that makes sense. So in that case, we're excluding the extra movies they've made Origins and Days of Future Past and all of that. I'm just gonna keep this in the originals: X-Men 1, 2, 3, The Last Stand, and then this. So I mean, from then to now, I think that the whole series, the series as a whole, has just played through smoothly and beautifully. And the fact that I can't even it's a great movie. Honestly, it's up there as one of my favorite movies of all time. Mainly because I grew up with the movie, and I feel that plays a huge factor. When I was when was how old was I when X-Men the first one came out? Who knows? Anyways, it's a lot of math there, and this isn't a math podcast, so we're not gonna get into that. Anyways, so we start. All right, I'm just gonna say a young age. Let's just say 8, 7, 6 years old. All right, so 6 years old. Whoop-de-doo. I probably have the math wrong, but who cares?
You have the math right, actually.
Do I actually? Oh God.
Cause 18. I'm 18 this year, 2017. That was in 2000, so it would have been about 2. No, you would have been 1. What am I talking about?
Listen, I'm turning 18 in August, okay? So there's no need to.
You would have been 1, but you did grow up with it, so technically you're correct.
Alright, so technically I'm correct. So I was 1 when the first movie came out. Obviously, I did not watch it when I was 1 because I was 1. But I mean, yeah, I grew up with the movie, and I grew up, watching Hugh Jackman and all these actors just portray these superheroes and grow, and I grew with them, essentially. So watching Hugh Jackman's last movie was it was I don't know the right word. It was surreal. It hurt because Hugh Jackman's a god among men. But I think surreal is a good word. It was surreal overall. So overall, about the movie, I like the cinematography, the editing, the overall story. They branched together. I don't know. One thing I really didn't. You know what? Screw it. I liked everything about the movie. There's nothing I didn't like about the movie. Overall, when I watched the movie, it just. Or usually when I watch movies, there's at least one part where I'll get up and then I'll go, okay, I'm having I've had enough of this. You know what? I'm gonna go take a break, get some popcorn, and then come back and eventually, fall back in love with the story. But with this, there was no, oh, not this again moments. It was all something new at every point of the movie. And for me, essentially, when it comes to movies and filmmaking, a main aspect is storytelling, and I believe that this movie had the best storytelling a modern movie can have. So, I mean, that was, that puts it at the top for me currently as the best movie of 2017.
Well, that was awe-inspiring. That intro right there from Ryan Silver, ladies and gentlemen. That was inspiring. That was very good. Time for me to talk now, and I won't keep you for too long, to be honest, because you've said it. You've said everything that I was probably gonna say one more thing I'd like to add though is X-23's performance. It was the acting debut of Daphne Keane. Hopefully I didn't pronounce that wrong. Daphne Keane.
Daphne Keane.
Daphne Keane.
Daphne.
Daphne. Oh, I'm never gonna live that down. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna constantly do that. Like Twitter, just Daphne.
Daphne Keane, the debut of her acting career, and it was wonderful. Like for half of the movie, she didn't even talk, but she still acted good. I could still understand what she was on about, even though no words were coming out of her mouth, and that's good acting right there. And yeah, just Logan was a beautiful movie. Logan was beautiful movie.
Wait, I mean, like, all right. One issue I had is X-23 supposed to be Hispanic in the comics?
I'm not even too sure. I think she's just white in the comics.
Cause like I don't know, I felt like that was weird. Like her first word was in Spanish in the movie I felt like I don't know, like I feel like I understand what they were trying to go for with the diversity and all that, because this is a movie and usually movies aren't like directly in tact with what the comics are doing. But I don't know. For me, it felt weird as a whole at first when she just when they were, I forgot what the scene was. I think they were in the car and like he was like, telling her that she shouldn't have taken him to the hospital, and then she just starts blabbering, like spewing Spanish left and right, and I was just in the movie theater. I was like, what is going on here?
The main thing about that scene was it was kind of confusing. It was like a change of tone. It was like fun.
It was, yeah. It was you. On one second, like you're expecting her to just either scream, grunt, or yell, or do something. Like me personally, like I thought, because it was a rated R movie, that her first word would be like the F word, because this is a PG podcast. So
family friendly content. YouTube
friendly content right here. But yeah, I mean, like personally, I expected her to just just full on blow up at him like during that scene. But then she started like she just started like rapid fire Spanish. So I was like, what the? And it. I mean, in the end, it worked out because it complimented her character. But I thought that was weird for me.
But yeah, it was weird because like the previous scene beforehand was like X-24 going to that family's house and killing everyone, including Xavier. So going from that dark scene to her spouting Spanish, and it's like a fun kind of scene, just felt weird tone change. Just that, but overall, I loved the film. I'll pretty much say it right now. You can quote me on this, but Logan is the best ever Marvel film to date.
Oh, that's for sure.
That's a given. In terms of overall, nothing can beat The Dark Knight, but in my opinion, but it's up there. It's up there. It's really up there.
Honestly, like if I'm being real right now, I think it's just better than The Dark Knight.
I've heard a lot of people say that, and you know what? I'm not even gonna argue with you because they're two great movies. So go ahead.
I mean, like, there's nothing to argue. It's just an opinion. But like personally, like when I watched The Dark Knight, it was like overhyped, I think, and that was the main thing for me. Like I hadn't watched it like when it came out. I watched it like a few months after.
Oh,
for me,
fair
like
enough.
it was like overhyped. So when I finally sat down and watched it, and I saw the movie as a whole, like it was just that's it. I was just like, that's it, really. I mean, like I expected more out of it. It was still a great movie. Like don't get me wrong. Like probably if like it wasn't overhyped for me, it'd be a great movie. But for me personally, like it just didn't live up to my expectations, which is partly due to the people in my neighborhood and whatnot.
Fair enough, because the first time I watched it, I had I didn't look at reviews. I was too young to look at reviews, so I just went in blind, and it was amazing. But That's fair enough. That's fair enough. And talking of Logan, do you have a favorite moment?
Phew. I mean, like, there's so many, but I think the first scene where his car is getting robbed and he like murders everyone. I think that was I'd say that was my favorite scene, mainly because it set the bar for like how good this movie is going to be. It like introduced it in a colorful way, for lack of a better term.
And it set the tone as well because it was rated R. So
Exactly, yeah.
jumping out of the gates, we're going rated R. People's arms are coming off. There's blood everywhere. He's swearing. Yep, it's a new Logan.
It was weird too, because like, like I said, growing up with these movies, they've always been like, PG in a sense, like, so starting off that way was just, eye-opening. You were just like, oh, okay, all right, so we're going with this. I like it. So it was something new, and obviously as like something grows, it needs to adapt and like fit in with what's happening. So I thought that was a great way to do that.
Yeah, that's always confused me. Because I remember the X-Men Origins Wolverine like game on PS3 or something like that. PS3 and Xbox. It was like rated 18 in my country. Rated 18. And I just wondered why. Because the movie was like PG.
Right.
But they were obviously going for a realistic Wolverine game. The way he's supposed to be intended. The violent creature. But this Logan movie got it spot on. And, whoa, my favourite moment. It's a tie between two. It's a tie between the scene where X-24 comes into that family house and starts murdering everyone. I was so shocked. Like, he murdered everyone in the house. He murdered the kid.
Like, it was weird too, because like when he came in, I was like, okay, that was fast. Like I thought, because usually with these movies, like they cut ahead, like when it comes to like, and there's like time. I don't know. They cut ahead through time. So like I thought that like this is like a couple of like a day later, or like a couple of hours later, where he's shaved and everything and he's ready, and then like X-24 just starts murdering people left and right, and I was like, what is going on? And like at this point, like so many ideas were running through my head. I was like, okay, like what's the end game here? Because I thought this was Logan. Like I thought this was Wolverine. I was like, all right, well, so what's the end game here? Like, is it gonna be like X-23 versus Wolverine at the end? Is like Wolverine being controlled right now? Did something happen? Did we miss something? Like, I don't know. It was crazy.
It was crazy, but I think I had an inkling that it wasn't the real Logan, because
Well, I mean,
Logan was with the dad going to fix the water pipe or whatever back there. So I knew he was there. So I didn't know who the hell was with Xavier at the time. So I knew pretty much. The movie made it clear where everyone was, so you couldn't have got confused.
Well, I mean, like, originally, like, I didn't think it was Wolverine. Like, I thought he was just telling these things. Like, he assumed he was talking to Wolverine, but then, like, he'd be actually telling it to X-23. And I thought that would bring up something in the future where she'd confront him and go, what happened? And then we get the story of what happened to the X-Men.
But it was shocking, like, because he murdered Xavier first, and then X-23 jumped in to try and kill him. She got battered, and then the kid came into the room. He tried to hit X-24 with something. I thought he was probably just gonna push the kid away or something like that. But no, he fully, like, just killed him.
Yeah.
And then the mother came, and then he killed her. And then the dad came with Logan back to the house. He killed him. Everyone dead. Everyone in that house is dead.
Well, I mean, he didn't kill the dad.
Oh yeah, well, the dad pretty much killed himself.
Yeah.
But he was the reason he died. Too much blood loss.
Yeah.
It's a tie between that scene and the scene at the end where the government are like running after those kids, and there's that like black guy, that black fat kid, and like he's running away from that guard. It's funny.
It was pretty funny. A fun fact: one of my friends actually hit him up on Twitter as a joke, and then it's kind of mean, but like I don't know, it was pretty funny. He just hit him up on Twitter. And he's like, "Your acting in Logan was the best I've ever seen. I hope to see you in a lot of movies in 2017." Just kind of like it was like I don't know, it was pretty funny. But like yeah, that scene will always go down. Like yeah, I feel like that scene's gonna go down as like
That's
a
gonna go
meme
down.
in the future. Yeah.
That's gonna go down in history. Forget
It's gonna
about
go down in
meme.
history. You're right. It's gonna go down in history as the best scene in a movie. Period.
Period. Period. Period. And also, next topic. Well, no, not next topic. Next question is: did you feel it was a good ending to Hugh Jackman's story as Wolverine?
Yes, I think it was. Mainly because, I mean, like there's so many different thoughts when it comes to this question. Like, yeah, no, like I feel like no in the sense like that they just had. Like, I know in the comics, like he gets like wait, I'm not even sure. In the comics, he just gets old and like that's the reason he dies, right? Because he's getting old and the adamantium can't keep up with his body or something like that.
Comics are weird. They always retcon stories, and he's died so many times in the
Yeah,
past.
that's true. All right. Anyways, like I don't know. For me, like a part of me was expecting something big, like his head getting cut off or something like that. Not him just. And like it was big in a way because like they like X-24 just like put him like just put him in that like stump or like tree branch or whatever. But I don't know, like it was weird. Like a part of me was expecting something more to like end it like that. But honestly, like looking back now, I feel like that was the best way to end the story with them like him dying like that, and then like X-23 being the last person he sees.
Yeah.
Along with the other mutants. I felt like that was just like a homely way to end Hugh Jackman's run as the Wolverine. And it like the ending as a whole where they bury him and then she like moves the
cross into the X.
The cross, yeah, to make an X. I felt like that was like that there was beautiful in sending off him in a proper way.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good send off for Hugh Jackman. The only problem really, and this is just for like the narrative and the story, is just when Logan was dying, his X-23 said something like "Daddy," and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. He's like the daughter of Wolverine, and they said it once, and then they never went back to it.
Yeah.
So it was just like a kind of shock, like, oh yeah, he's her father. That was just a bit weird, but I like the send-off in the way that he died for the future of mutants. And that's the best way anyone can really die off for the future. So yeah, he saved the future mutants, and then he died. So brilliant send-off. Like you said, I thought there would be a bit more to it.
Yeah.
But one complaint I've heard online is that X-24 should have been, in fact, Sabretooth. But really, I feel it was fine. But I get why some people wanted Sabretooth. I mean, he's already showed up in the X-Men series.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like, alright, so like I can see, like I hadn't heard that, but like thinking now, that would have also been added to the whole end of Wolverine's life thing,
Yeah.
because like the story follows him and Sabretooth,
and
being these arch rivals, and
yeah,
I feel like, yeah, if it was Sabretooth, but the thing with that is like if it were Sabretooth, I'd want it to be the ultimate Sabretooth, if anything.
Yeah, and to be honest, it would be poetic, because in the first movie, the first person he fights, other than that UFC fighter, was Sabretooth, so it'd be poetic, but it was fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Just a bit underwhelming, but just a bit. It's not like Batman v Superman underwhelming.
Oh, God. Well, who would they have play Sabretooth anyways, like if it came to that?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Would it
sure.
be Schreiber? Like, would it be Liev Schreiber, like they did with Origins, or someone else?
It couldn't be the Origins one because the one in the
Why?
first movie was different, and that was after X-Men Origins Wolverine, so wouldn't really make
Yeah.
sense. They'd probably have to get someone new if they use Sabretooth, but they didn't, and it was fine by me.
I mean, all right. So, like in your case, like if you had to cast someone as Sabretooth, who would you like? Who would be on your list?
See, you put me on the spot here because I don't know that many
I
actors.
did.
uh,
I mean, like it could be anyone. Just like you don't even have to know their name. Just say the guy from like that movie or something like that.
you know the guy from who played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy, probably. He'll probably be the next Wolverine, to be honest. But
Yeah.
if I'd say anyone, I'd say him for Sabretooth.
All right, like, I can go with that. I'm looking now. Like I just googled the guy who played the original Wolverine in the first X-Men, and looking at him, I feel like even now, like if we're looking at Logan's just kind of growth and aging
Yeah,
like as a whole, I feel like he would still fit as the Sabretooth to his Wolverine.
yeah, he'll still fit because the way he well exited the series in the first X-Men was kind of underwhelming, very underwhelming. Very, it was like
He
Bane.
just left, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like Bane's death in The Dark Knight Rises. It was that bad. But yeah,
Oh man. Okay. So apparently the guy who played Sabretooth in the first movie
yeah.
was a pro wrestler.
Oh, was he?
What do you know? Yeah, he all right, let's see here. He trained briefly with Stu Hart. Uh he wrestled in South Africa. He was invited to wrestle in the United Kingdom. He toured New Japan Pro Wrestling for a year. He was in WCW, All Japan
Oh
Pro
my god.
Wrestling. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Oh, you should have been in this one. Now I'm really like, oh, Sabretooth should have been in the film now. Now that I know
The
that,
more you know.
I mean, just seeing Wolverine like getting DDT'd makes me happy in a weird
His
way.
finishing move was a choke slam.
Choke.
This is crazy. The more you know, the more you know.
And also, like X-24 kind of choke slammed Logan in the film onto
Yeah.
that tree log. So you could have got a professional to do it. You could have got Sabretooth to do it.
That's actually pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
That is crazy. And the final question for the Logan review is anything. Did you want anything in his run as Wolverine that we never got?
There's a lot. I wanted at least one movie with Deadpool, like the new Deadpool, not the
Not the other one.
not the we're not gonna even not that one. Like one movie with Deadpool, considering how much Ryan Reynolds loves Hugh Jackman.
Mm.
Also, I feel like with Sabretooth now, like since we've been talking about him so much, I feel like there should have been a better way to like I don't know end Sabretooth's tenure with Wolverine as well than like what they did in X-Men 1. So maybe they could have like brought back Sabretooth for like a separate movie so it just focuses on their storied rivalry and history and all that.
Yeah.
And like if that were the case, I feel like if it were like a story as a whole following what they did like their entire lives, I feel like the modern part of that movie should see the adamantium Sabretooth, which I believe is the ultimate Sabretooth, right?
I don't know, but I'm gonna agree with you. Yes.
I know, because I know there is an adamantium Sabretooth, and I know there's a animated version that follows. I forgot what it was, but there's an animated series that follows the X-Men where I believe it's Apocalypse. Apocalypse gives like Sabretooth adamantium, and then he ends up having 4 claws instead of 3 like Wolverine. Same powers, he's just like bigger, better. There's a picture, I don't know, like if you can Google it right now, just adamantium Sabretooth.
I don't know,
It's in the comics.
I'm gonna guess.
Like it's the first picture when you. It's like, yeah, it's like he looks like a soldier essentially, which is what he's put out to be in the animated series, like a soldier for Apocalypse when they're fighting the X-Men. So I don't know, like if anything, like if they were to make a movie like that, I feel like that should be the modern aspect, and it should follow it all the way up until, you know, this Sabretooth where, and like this time frame where like it's Apocalypse versus Xavier, and not in like the way they did it with what was the X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah.
I felt like that was like kind of weird. So I feel like this would have been a better way to introduce Apocalypse to the universe as a whole.
Fair enough, fair enough. I like that pitch. I actually really do. The only story I would have said was just Deadpool. That's it. But I can live with that. I can probably live with like a Hugh Jackman Deadpool movie. That'll be fine.
I just realized we never saw Hugh Jackman wearing the costume.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh, I just forgot. Okay, you've reminded me. Yeah.
That could have been another thing.
It was teased in like a deleted scene in like the Wolverine movie, but no, they never got it. And that was the whole idea with the X-Men, because color was a big thing for them. It was that identity. But you know, Bryan Singer and like Fox said, "Oh no, we don't want to go to our roots. You know, we're not really like, it's the X-Men, but it's like the cool X-Men. And you know, cool has to be in black. Just like Fantastic Four when they're all talking in dark rooms. Like, that's cool."
Oh god. Fantastic Four, jeez.
Fan-4-stick, sorry. Let's not get confused. Fan-4-stick. But yeah, quick question. Out of 10, what would you give the movie?
10.
Straight. I'll give it a 9. Just nitpicks.
Alright. Okay. No, alright.
But 9's a big score. For me.
Yeah. For you.
For me. But yeah, 9 is pretty fair. And yeah, with that sees us to be like the end of Logan. The end of us talking about him. We're gonna miss you, buddy. Hugh Jackman, we're gonna miss you. It will never be the same at all. Never be the same. 17 years, 9 films. Tremendous. I'm gonna miss you, man. Any last words from you?
I don't know, like I really don't know. Like there's no proper way to like, you know, say thanks to Hugh Jackman for 17 years of just pure unadulterated godliness.
Man. Murph's YT13 will be proud, man. That Australian. You done good. You done good, Australia, by bringing Hugh Jackman to the world. You done good.
You gave us Hugh Jackman, Murphs, and Buddy Murphy. Like I'm down with Australia. Like I like Australia. I've never been there, but I like it just because of, you know, their exports.
Yeah, I'd love to live in Australia. Off topic. I know it's not superhero related, but
I mean, like honestly, like we could just go into whatever right now.
yeah, I know. And talking of topics, now that Logan's out of the way, that's sad goodbye. We're going to go to another topic, which is kind of sad, but in a whole different way. Iron Fist. Yay! Iron Fist came out on Netflix.
Yay.
The final Defenders series. Out of all of them, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and now Iron Fist. And one question...
You can tell how this is gonna go just because of our reactions. Iron Fist, yay! The last Defenders series. Wow.
Well, you've given us a quick spoiler to the next question, but I'm still gonna ask it. How did you find Iron Fist? Because I know you haven't finished it, but you've You've nearly finished it.
When I started watching it, like I don't know, like I was like invested, but after a while, like for me, it just got repetitive and boring. So like I stopped, and I haven't touched it since. I'll probably like start watching it again like soon because we're on like break right now. So I've got the next like week and 2 days off. So I don't know, like we'll see. But for me, like it wasn't up there like compared to the other ones. And I feel like that's because like they hit the bar so high with the first one. Like the only way they could have gone was down, and
Mm.
like that's what they ended up doing to me personally, anyways.
Well, to be honest, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was
Yeah.
bad. It
Like
was
I'm not saying it was bad. Like it was okay. Like
it, but
like meh.
that's the problem. Is it was just okay.
Yeah.
It should have been better than okay. I think the main reason it was just okay is because, well, they rushed it. They had a
Yeah.
deadline and they just rushed it. With the others, they weren't particularly rushed. Possibly Luke Cage was rushed, but it was alright. It was better than Iron Fist, so no excuses there. But, and also just the fact that with every single series, other than Iron Fist, they've had like a theme. With Daredevil, it was justice, justice is blind, stuff like that. Jessica Jones, it was, well, rape, consent. With Luke Cage, it was, well, the black community, the music, and stuff like that. For Iron Fist, they didn't really have anything.
Yeah.
They had Kung Fu, but the Kung Fu in it was really bad. Really bad.
I mean, that doesn't even stand like as a topic. So like I mean like you said, like each of these shows have had like a huge topic that they kind of bounce off of. And with Iron Fist, like the main topic was just him losing his family. And I understand like that's a big topic for like some people,
Mm.
but in terms of them like starting off with like Daredevil and then Luke Cage with uh, the whole Black Lives Matter, and then like that whole scenario, and then like you said, Jessica Jones with like the rape and all that stuff. It just it didn't live up to my expectations, anyways.
Oh crap! Wait, hold on. I forgot something. Oh, this is going up on YouTube, so we have to be family friendly. We didn't say rape.
You just said it again.
It's no, it's not rape. It's not.
It's not. It's
It's
not.
just it's just the birds and the bees.
I mean, like I said in like intro number 27, we can just bleep it out. Like, I mean, like you'll have to nitpick through it. I mean, you can like write it down now, like when we've like.
I can't be bothered to edit those. I'm gonna leave it in. I don't care.
Alright, whatever. Like, who
But
cares? Yeah.
it's kissy with no consent. That's what it is. Kissy time with no consent. Kids, family friendly. Kissy time with no consent. That's what Jessica Jones was about. And yeah, Iron Fist had nothing. Like, the story could have been okay, but if you were gonna have an okay story, the fighting should have been like top notch. Top notch. But it wasn't. And really, Danny Rand as Iron Fist, it's comic accurate, as in it's like a white person playing it. But I got loads of comments online. I got what they were saying about the white savior coming to an ethnic background. In this case, the Far East, and being their savior. Like, if it was me, I would have cast Iron Fist as, an Asian American. Probably would have, like, if I was Marvel, I'd probably just dash money at Donnie Yen. So it'd, like, not do the Return of Xander Cage movie and just come to Marvel. Just do Iron Fist for us. The action would have been top notch. And, I would have liked it even more, but, Danny Rand. Wait, Finn Jones as Iron Fist. It was meh. He couldn't.
Lackluster.
Yeah, he couldn't really fight. Like, there was this one scene. I don't know if you got to this episode, but it was probably the best action scene of the whole season. he was trying to get someplace, and there was this guard, and they were going for like a drunken master style of fight.
Oh, yeah. I saw
Okay,
that.
you've seen that. But yeah, like, compared to that guy, Finn Jones looked so stiff.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best action scene of the whole season, so it's not saying much. It's not saying much, but he was totally outshined there. So that's why I say just either take time, teach Finn the ropes, or just get a different actor. Get Donnie Yen. Get Donnie in. But that's it. That's all I want to talk about, to be honest. About this.
I mean, like, I really can't say much because, like you said, I haven't finished it, so I really wouldn't know what to say and stuff. But I feel like I feel like we've summed it up as a whole, anyways. Like what's going on, or like our thoughts on the series as a whole.
I don't know if you can do this. You probably can, but on like a scale, we're just ranking the Marvel's Netflix series so far, because I've made a decision we're not going to do that every year, because that's just going to be long. You're just going to do it every single time a Netflix series comes out. So ranking them just by name right now, you don't even need to give a reason. Where would you rank Iron Fist in the mix?
Dead last.
Fair enough, because I'd put it dead last as well. And I'd probably put, if we're gonna update, I'm probably gonna put like Jessica Jones second, because I kind of rewatched some clips and I thought, oh, this was a good series. I was kind of mean to it at the end of 2016. I was kind of mean.
I mean, like, for me, like with Jessica Jones, I felt like David Tennant just sold the whole thing for me. Like, that was my selling point overall.
To be honest, it was just me because I haven't seen them in so long. I'll probably rewatch them all. I will rewatch them before The Defenders comes out. But when I rewatch them, my rankings will be completely different. So that's it. And just a final question about Marvel Netflix. Defenders has finished filming. We got a date of release, August 18th, with a nice little teaser there. But what do you want to see in the Defenders? Because it's 8 episodes, 8 one-hour episodes. So we haven't got long.
More of like Daredevil-esque stuff, and then less Iron Fist-esque stuff, if you know what I mean.
I'd like them to set up, the heroes for hire, Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I mean, I think that's what he needs. That's what Iron Fist needs. He needs someone else to elevate him. He needs the heroes for hire thing with Luke Cage, and they'll sell me right there. I mean, that's it. But in terms of the Defenders, I just want a good show. And when you say Daredevil-esque, it will probably be, well, Daredevil is the quote-unquote leader. We're not too sure about that, but it takes place after Daredevil Season 2, so yeah, it will probably be more Daredevil-esque.
Alright.
Or oriented. I can't pronounce it, whatever. Let's get to the next topic. And the next topic, we're gonna be happy again, because it's a good topic. Because recently, well, yesterday, while we're recording this, something very, very amazing happened, was released on the 2-month anniversary of the Avengers Infinity War first look teaser. We got the Thor Ragnarok teaser trailer. Are we gonna get a hooray? Hooray.
Hooray. That was awful.
Whatever. Well, my first question was it good? And I put, it wasn't bad. Of course it was good.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was great. Like, I felt like, I mean, like, with these teasers, like, usually, and it depends, like, with DC, when you see a trailer and you see that the trailer is good, you know for a fact that the movie's gonna be, like, just completely
That
horrible.
it's a complete total tone change, because when I watch a DC film trailer, I'm like, alright, yeah. Even with the Suicide Squad one, that was an amazing trailer, by the way.
Yeah, it
Pro-
was. And
But
when you
like,
watch the actual movie,
I
it's
was
just
I was like, it was okay. It'll probably be fine. But if compare that to the Thor Ragnarok trailer, oh my god, that teaser trailer was amazing. It's probably one of the best, in my opinion, the best teaser trailer Marvel have ever put out there. But yeah, what do you like about it?
like what didn't I like about it? For me personally, I think the one scene where Hulk comes out and he goes, "Yes!" That sold the whole thing for me. At that moment, I was like, okay, this might possibly be one of the greatest movies in Marvel history of all time.
Yeah, he said yes, and he was like, don't worry, I know him. He's a friend from work. And amazing, laughable. To be honest, my favorite moment, the moment that got me sold on the whole thing, was when the song that was playing was amazing, Immigrant Song. But as soon as Healer came out, Healer being played by, go to the wiki link, Kate Blanchett. Like when she came out and then she caught Mjolnir. She caught the hammer and then she destroyed it. My mouth was wide open from that point and it never closed. It was amazing. I never knew the hammer was going to be taken out like that. I knew it was going to be gone from the picture from the Infinity War teaser, but like I never knew that the hammer was going to go like that. And I never expected that. And
Yeah, it was kind of. I mean, it was kind of weird to reveal that in the trailer, but like I understand, like they're trying to attract attention, but they could have done that without, revealing, like showcasing a huge part of the story like that.
well, if they didn't show that, then we wouldn't really be threatened by Healer. To be fair on them, we've got to have a reason to be threatened by her.
Yeah.
And also like build up the stakes, because you're gonna be like, oh, so how is he gonna get out of this one? He's without
That's true.
he's without his hammer, and he's in a gladiatory duel with the Hulk, raising the stakes. So I thought that was fine. And also like again with the Infinity War teaser, we all knew that the hammer wasn't gonna be there. He's got the ultimate hammer. It was in some concept art they showed with him and Rocket Raccoon. We'll talk more about that later on, but we saw the ultimate hammer, and from then on I knew, okay, his current hammer is not going to be here. But I didn't even know how they were going to do it. I thought he was just going to drop it from somewhere. Like drop it in a black hole or something. I never knew someone was going to destroy it. Like that. Like he threw the hammer at her and she caught it and then she destroyed it. I'll never get over that. For as long as I live, I'll never get over that. But yeah, James Gunn beforehand, he said he saw the Thor Ragnarok teaser before us, and he said it was like the best teaser trailer ever for a Marvel film. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I agree 100% with him. And final question: are you gonna spend some dollar to go see it?
For sure, 100%.
I'm not gonna spend some dollar. I'm gonna spend some pounds. You know, exchange rate, different currencies.
Jake, why?
I do cringe the best. Talking of cringe, next topic:
Cringe?
Justice League trailer.
Time out.
Yay!
Did you say cringe? Did you say cringe?
I said cringe. I actually said cringe.
Listen, okay? I might have horrible, ears, hearing, whatever, but I am solid that you said cringe.
I said
Adding on to the fact that you said Daphne. What was it? Daphne before. This has
I didn't.
got
I
to
didn't
be
say cringe.
the
I didn't say
single
cringe.
greatest episode of my life.
I didn't say. I didn't say cringe.
All right. Okay.
I said cringe. I'm being honest. You
Well,
saw the whole Delphine incident. I admit my mistake there, but I said cringe. And plus, it doesn't even matter. We're arguing about who said what. And
right. Okay.
this Justice League trailer, who cares?
You're right. You're right.
Well, no, I don't need to question you on whether you liked it or disliked it.
Yeah, you really don't.
For me, it was probably in the middle. I wasn't excited, but I wasn't like, it wasn't bad.
Well, all right. So, like for me, like when I watched the trailer, like I thought it was good, but ultimately, like I said before, once you see that a DC trailer is good, you know how the movie's gonna turn out. So for me, like it was just afterwards.
From the trailer, I knew how it was gonna turn out because we saw some like backstory, some from Barry Allen, The Flash, and I thought, oh, they're gonna put this in Justice League, and it's gonna be so long. It's gonna be BVS times 10, because you got 3 more superheroes to do backstories on, and it's just, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I don't care. I just wanted them to build character development before they all got together, but no, they've done the opposite.
Yeah, that's true.
They've done the complete opposite. Leading me to the next question. Do you think Justice League will save the DCEU, or will it lead to Warner Brothers rebooting the whole universe?
Hold on. Just hold on. Give me a sec.
Alright, cool.
Alright, just give me a sec. Alright, one more time.
Final question. Do you think Justice League will save the DCEU, or do you think this will flop and it will lead Warner Brothers to reboot the whole damn series again?
I really don't know, cause like with Warner Brothers in DC, like it's just like it's a mess, like overall. So like either way, whichever route they go, this mess, quote unquote mess, will always be there as a reminder, or like as a standpoint of what DC movies were like, for this time period. I like something like that. So I don't like. There's no way to answer this because, oh God, I hate DC movies.
Well, you can hear from me. I won't take up too much of your time, but I really don't see. I really have a problem with DC. No, not DC. I have a problem with Warner Brothers because now they're like doing spin-off movies on the Harry Potter series, and they're planning 6 movies for that. And it's like, Harry Potter fans, potheads as you call them, they said goodbye to Harry Potter like in 2011, and now they're being reintroduced. Like, can we not say bye bye to Harry Potter, like that whole universe? They're just trying to cash in, nothing original, but they're just trying to cash in. That's my main problem with Warner Brothers. And just, this is a mess. I mean, Man of Steel, it was, meh, but it wasn't like anything Marvel would have done. It was like their own thing. And then they completely messed it up by rushing it and putting Batman in the next movie. And then that's where it all fell down. And then Suicide Squad it just made it all worse. So, I don't know. They've announced like 10 different movies already, like a Nightwing movie, a Batgirl movie, Like, slow down, for God's sake. We're only at Justice League, and now you want to talk about Batgirl, Nightwing, flipping Batman 2. Come on, let's calm down. Let's all calm down. Let's think logically, because there's no point releasing all these movies and people are just gonna hate it even more, and even more, and even more. There's no point. So DC, after Justice League, they just need to calm down. They just need to sit in a room, look at the wall, and just reminisce and say, what are we actually doing? Have an epiphany. They need an epiphany. Like, they don't know what they're doing. And I know these kind of movies goes through like a boardroom of people that don't know anything about DC movies. Like, probably the thing about Batman v Superman was like, someone was like, oh, do we know any Superman villains? Oh, I know one. Doomsday. He killed Superman, ruining a potentially good story in the film universe. And it's like, oh, come on, we'll use Doomsday, and we'll kill Superman in the movie as well, in only his second appearance. I'm done. I don't care. I'm conflicted on whether I want to spend money to actually see Justice League in the film in the cinemas, but I probably won't. I probably will. I definitely probably will. But there'll be a lot of groaning going to the cinema, and they'll be like, "Oh, Jake, what are you doing? Why are you going to see this in the cinema?" And obviously, I won't go alone. I'll go with a friend. Like, if a friend fully told me, "Hey, let's watch Justice League in the cinema," I'll probably go. I will go. But that's it. We're going off topic. Justice League trailer, we thought it was okay. Nothing special.
Yeah.
But final trailer we're gonna talk about. Spider-Man Homecoming released a second trailer. And my question to you is, well, did you like it or did you hate it?
I'm gonna be like honest with you. Like, I haven't seen it, and the reason for that is I feel like with trailer, like I'll only watch one like the first trailer a movie puts out, mainly because I feel like trailers just spoil a lot of the movie for me. So I haven't seen it, and I as of now I don't plan on watching it to keep like the anticipation more real for me. So
Okay. I wish I had your mentality, to be honest, because this trailer spoiled the entire story in one trailer. And I watched it. I watched it, and I got spoiled on the entire trailer. Like, you find out, now I don't want to spoil it, but basically, you kind of find out there was a situation in the first trailer, like the final bit of the trailer. You find out how that's resolved, and then you find out what the central conflict of the movie is, and you find out like the villain's motives, and it's like, oh, come on, man, you spoiled the entire story for me. Now, like, going to the cinema, I'm still gonna watch it in the cinema, but with less anticipation for it. I mean, my most anticipated film, superhero film, of course, is Thor Ragnarok, but like, I still was kind of excited for Spider-Man Homecoming, but this trailer really sucked the life out of me. And really, that's all I'm gonna say, because we had more things to say, but because Ryan hasn't seen it, we're not gonna talk about it. So, kudos to you for not seeing it. I wish we could all be like Ryan Malik right here, but obviously we can't be, because there's only one Ryan Malik in the world.
And that's me, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't believe it. We've gone through like 5 topics in an hour. That's good for us. I mean, we usually take, our last podcast was like 2 hours 30 minutes. So it's great for us. We've got like 3 more topics. Just 3. And I don't think you heard about this one. You might have, but Don't worry, I've read about this topic a lot. And on the topic of Spider-Man, a new film was announced by Sony, an R-rated Venom movie. And yes, I don't know if this is new to you or whatever, but from me saying that, are you excited for it or are you dreading its arrival?
I mean, like with this, cause like Sony's directing this, right?
Yeah, Sony. It's not. They've confirmed it. It's not going to be related to Spider-Man: Homecoming. It's for
Right.
Sony's own flipping universe, which makes no sense.
Okay, I mean, like, yeah, that all right. So like, that makes no sense because like Venom is, a Marvel character, and there's that.
Pardon?
But
Alright, thanks.
I don't know. Like right now, like if they're saying it's not a part of like the Marvel franchise, the Spider-Man franchise as a whole, and it's just like a separate, story. Uh, it's supposed to be a horror film. So I don't know. Like I'm curious to see how it turns out and who they cast to play Venom. As for the premise of the movie, like if it's not related to Spider-Man, I really don't see how it would go other than it following like the symbiote coming to Earth, and then it taking control of someone, and then that being a focal point of the story, like that being an issue. No Spider-Man, no like superpowered superhero or anything. Just humans versus this virus, which is like it has been overdone, but like with this, I don't know. It's unique. So like, I'm curious to see how it turns out.
I just don't get it because it'll just be another like monster movie.
Yeah.
Like the only defining factor is that it's Venom, but you can't have Venom without Spider-Man. That's like common knowledge. Common knowledge. I mean, I think Sony have a Black Cat, Silver Sable movie coming out in like 2018, but it still makes no sense.
Yeah.
It actually still makes no sense because it's not Spider-Man, it's Black Cat, and you can't have Black Cat without Spider-Man either. So it doesn't make sense. I mean, Sony's worse than flipping No, I won't say Warner Brothers. No. Sony's worse than Fox.
Yeah.
And Fox made Fantastic. I mean, come on. That's the worst superhero film of all time, but I can see which company's worse, and Sony is worse. For their Marvel movies, and generally for some of their movies as well, because Spectre was shite as well. But yeah, next question. What are your thoughts towards the R rating? Is it going to benefit from it, or is it just joining the bandwagon of Deadpool and Logan?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think like they're saying how much like changing it to R is benefiting the movies and the stories as a whole. But I feel like making this movie like rating it R, I feel like that would add a lot to it. Because if they made it PG, it would just. I feel like if they made it PG, it would be worse than Fantastic Four.
That's fine, but I kind of disagree here. I don't think it needs to be R-rated. I mean, it's not like Eddie Brock or Venom is gonna take a knife and slash someone's throat or swear. Like, you don't really need it. I mean, I think Sam Raimi did it the best because he's a horror director and he made this original Spider-Man trilogy. I mean, the 2 Spider-Man movies. There's no such thing as Spider-Man 3. He made 2 Spider-Man movies, and Spider-Man 2, like, the horror in that was amazing. I mean, remember the scene with Doc Ock and his tentacles and with all those doctors? Still to this day, that's amazing for a horror scene as well. And that film wasn't R-rated. That film was, like, PG. So, it can be done. It can be done without the R rating. I just think they're jumping on the bandwagon because Deadpool and Logan were so successful. They're just gonna do the R rating. There's no need for it. It actually doesn't need to be an R rating movie. But we're gonna do it anyway. because from the comics, I know enough. Like, I know enough. I know enough to see that Venom's not really R-rated. He's not an R-rated character like Logan in the comics. There's no blood really. It's just Venom and Eddie Brock, a bodybuilder. Like, it doesn't need to be R rating. It's just jumping on the bandwagon. Like all films nowadays. Like, jumping on the bandwagon. I mean, there's no point of doing it if the story's going to fail. Because that's the only thing that was good about Deadpool, well, Logan, and kind of Deadpool. Like, the story was good, and the R rating added to it, but if you're just gonna do an R rating for the sake of an R rating, it's not gonna be very good. It's not gonna be very good. But enough of that, because we're gonna go into something more happy. Again. Because we're gonna give you a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 preview, because it's coming out in a few weeks, and we thought, why not reminisce? Why not give our own preview? Why don't we sell the movie ourselves? Are you excited for it? Are you dreading it?
I'm excited for it. Of course, like with the first movie, like that was a huge success. And you know, I'm willing to see how they just, you know, surpassed what they did in the first movie.
Yeah, from the trailers I've seen, like, it looks better than the first movie.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of people's complaints. They were like, oh, they can't do another one. It won't be as good as the original. It looks better than the original already. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna put a silent to that. Did the trailers make you excited for it? Or did they worry your expectations for the film?
The trailer got me excited because they kept that comedic aspect to it, and I feel like that was a huge thing. So, like with the whole Baby Groot not pressing the button thing, I felt like that was a great thing to keep in the trailer to kind of bring the whole thing home as a whole.
Yeah, I don't think the trailers affected my expectations for the film, because James Gunn is brilliant. Like, in his trailers, he barely gives any story away. Like, there's been 3 trailers, and I still don't know what the film's about.
Yeah.
And I know that Star-Lord is gonna find his father.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all we know. And he's like a living planet. But that's it. That's all we know. We don't know how that's gonna affect the story or whatever. And that thing happens early on in the film, so it doesn't even matter, because you got a whole film ahead of you. So yeah, no story. The trailers have made it even better, to be honest. And well, we've already gone through that. It'll probably be better than the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah.
Will it be a good addition to the MCU? And will it affect the MCU in any significant way?
I feel hasn't it already been like included to the MCU? Like I really don't understand. Like, isn't it already a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe
Yeah.
in a way? So like,
It is, but is like the question good? Is it a good addition to the Okay, fine. Screw that question. Will it affect the MCU in any significant way?
I mean, like obviously it will affect it, but looking forward into how like the other solo Marvel movies have kind of played out when it comes to like the team ones. I feel like adding the Guardians of the Galaxy to the mix, it's just gonna work out brilliantly for everyone.
Yeah. Well,
Especially if we're looking at sorry to cut you off there, but
it's fine,
especially if
it's
we're
fine.
looking at just kind of the kind of the what's the word? It's at the tip of my tongue. I want to say I'm like the emotions between the characters. So like you've got or the characteristics, like the characters themselves. Period. So like you've got Chris Pratt, who plays Star-Lord, who's this kind of brash, arrogant son of a gun. seeing like what if we had like in the future, like if we'd see him interact with let's say Tony Stark or Ant-Man. It's just all like it's all new, and it all like everyone complements someone else very
Mm.
nicely, and I feel like that just kind of puts the whole thing together perfectly.
Yeah, that question. Now that I've seen the full Ragnarok teaser trailer, it's kind of confusing. I mean, the the teaser trailer for Ragnarok made everything so confusing because, well, Doctor Strange is still a part of the movie, and I guess that scene with him and Thor at the end of Doctor Strange was like a part of Thor Ragnarok or whatever. But timeline wise, he still had his long hair, so I think it's before he goes to the gladiatory duel or whatever.
Yeah.
And really and truly, for like the Guardians of the Galaxy, because they're cosmic beings, you'd think that Thor would be the one to, recruit them to say, "Rah, Thanos is coming," or whatever. But now I've seen the Ragnarok teaser trailer, I just think the Guardians of the Galaxy are gonna go straight to Earth and warn everybody that Thanos is coming. Because out of everyone, they already know who Thanos is. I don't think they know that he's getting Infinity Stones and he's got a gauntlet, but they know him. I mean, what's the character's name? Nebula is like an adopted daughter of him.
Yeah.
So it's like, they know. They know. So they have to go to Earth to warn them, and that's how they'll meet the Avengers. Well, the broken Avengers in half after Civil War. But yeah, that's it for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We're really excited for it. Really, really excited for it. I mean, really, really excited for it. It's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to hear the songs in there and the new album as well. And finally, we've got to our final topic, and it's only been an hour and 17 minutes. Ooh. Ooh. And I do understand you kind of haven't seen the first look trailer for Avengers Infinity War.
Yes, I have not.
You have not. Whoa. Guess what I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna do some editing magic, and I'm gonna pause it, and then you're gonna go watch it.
Oh god.
Because you have to. You actually have to. And this is a big talking point as well, so you have to go.
Alright, I'll watch it.
I'll pause. And yes, after that Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, we move on to our final topic. And wow, I'm proud of us. We managed to do it within like 1 hour 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment for us. I mean, if every podcast can go like this, it'll be magical. But yeah, last thing we're going to talk about is, the big thing. The big thing we haven't talked about for 2 months. We've left it for 2 months. Now we're finally going to talk about it. The Avengers Infinity War production first look. And, well, off camera, Ryan here saw the first look trailer for the first time. And
yeah.
Well, why don't you tell the audience, how do you feel?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Like I told you off camera, if anything, I feel like that's what a trailer should be. And like you said, like off camera, this wasn't even a trailer. This was a first look. It was, still in production, like soon in production, something like that. But if all trailers were something like this, where they don't reveal any vocal points, they just kind of, well, I mean, thinking about it now, I feel like the only way you can do this if there is a story beforehand, and with them, like they've had so many movies in the past that they were able to do this because they could build off something.
Yeah.
So,
well,
it's kind of like it's a weird topic, like when it comes to this being a good trailer.
It's a weird one because it's the first time ever this has really happened, and of
Yeah.
course these type of first look trailers, they're only for like the big movies, the huge movies. And I think, well, this is as huge as it gets. It's probably going to be the biggest ever movie of all time. I mean, what? This has been going from 2008. Like, I think the MCU... No, I know the MCU was the first ever cinematic universe to do this. So, yeah. I know this will be big. This will be really big. I mean, the budget for Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4 is $500 million each. So that's $1 billion overall for 2 movies. That's a big ass budget. So I know Disney are every business, they're trying to look for profit. I think they're gonna get a profit. This might even be like the highest grossing film of all time.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, but it probably will. It probably will. And well, we've already answered the question, are we excited? Of course we're excited. It's Infinity War. And yeah, just going back on a quote that one of the Russo brothers said, 10 years in the making. And also, this will be an event no one has ever seen on film before. From these comments, do you think this will be the best movie of 2018 or or of all time?
Wait, so I blanked out there for a sec. So you should say that one more time.
Do you think this movie will be the best movie of 2018 and or the best movie of all time?
I mean that's the question. Will it be? Because I personally I think it's gonna live up to its expectation, especially considering like I said before, like I'll only watch one trailer for a movie, so I'd like avoid spoiling, big plot lines in this. So with this, like if they just, keep the trailers kind of first look-esque and not don't go into like what happens as a whole in the story, or the plot of the 2 movies, I think it's gonna turn out to be a great movie.
It certainly will do. I mean, this has to be a great movie. This has to be, because it's the first time ever they're doing this. It's been 10 years in the making. I mean, the first movie was in May 2008. And, well, we're going into 2018. This has to be like one of the greatest movies of all time. I think it will be. But, I'm not a Disney executive, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But, yes, like with the news of Spider-Man being confirmed for the movie, I mean, that was an exciting part. But what crazy things do you want to see in this movie? Because there's so much. So much. If you could just pick one thing out of 1 billion.
Wait, what?
You're going blank.
I'm like blanking out right now.
With the news, like, because Spider-Man's been confirmed, because that was always on the cards, because he's technically owned by Sony. Well, the whole character's owned by Sony. Him being confirmed for this movie, is there any more crazy things you want to see in the movie? If there was like one thing. Ghost Rider.
Oh God, no. I mean, like, alright, so like the people like that are gonna be watching this don't understand that, because like this happened off like camera.
Yeah.
But alright, I'll go into it. So like when I was watching the first look trailer, air quotes there, I was reading the comments of the YouTube video, and there were so many people, just asking if Ghost Rider was gonna be in this movie, and to me, that's gotta be the single funniest thing about this as a whole. The fact that people are even considering Ghost Rider to be
He can't be in this movie.
He can't, yeah.
He wasn't even in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 5 or whatever for too long. I swear he was there for like 5 episodes and then he left.
Yeah.
Like, Marvel owned the rights to him, but I strongly doubt that he'll be in the movie. this big of a movie. And also, like, those characters will probably be in Avengers 4 as opposed to Infinity War. Because I think Infinity War is just going to have the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Avengers 4, the Wasp has already been confirmed for that. So I think more of those kind of characters will be in Avengers 4 as opposed to Infinity War. But it's still funny to see. I mean, I still think the Defenders being in the movie is a bit of a stretch. Like,
Yeah.
I'm hopeful they're in there, but it's still a stretch. I mean, that's Netflix exclusive. How, like, out of the whole audience, how many people are gonna have Netflix? And how many people are actually gonna have seen those things? Because majority of the audience are kids, and they're not allowed to see that. So that's one thing to consider. That's why I'm saying it's a stretch putting them in there. But I'm hopeful. But I think for now we can just confirm the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy and other characters that have been introduced, but they're not part of the either team, like the Black Panthers and the Captain Marvels and the Ant-Mans, because he's not even part of the Avengers technically. So yeah, those kind of guys will be in there, definitely, but not like Ghost Rider of all people. Ghost Rider. Oh, that's still funny. So there was that many Ghost Rider comments.
Your mic just kind of glitched. Like you just went from like one word to like the sixth word after. Like you was just cutting left and right. I have no idea what happened there.
Is it okay now?
Where are you there?
Because you're kind of glitchy for me still.
No, it's still kind of cutty.
So yeah, so many Ghost Rider comments on the videos then.
Yeah, it was something else. Like it's wild. You know, people are wild, and in a community like this, wild is something. You know, wild is a good thing.
I know. I think I saw. You know the Avengers theme? I sometimes listen to that, and there's this video where it's like 1 hour, continued over 1 hour. I sometimes listen to it just to get hyped when I'm revising. And there was like, the top comment was, imagine all these people standing in front of Thanos in Infinity War, and it was like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Man, Captain America, Ghost Rider, all these names, and most of them aren't even going to be in the film. And it's like, oh man, that's kind of tragic. One
thing I'm looking forward to though is like you said, there's so many names. So like I'm like I want to see how they incorporate all of these names into a 4-hour two movies.
I know. Like I said, Infinity War is probably gonna just have the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy and other characters.
Yeah.
But it will still be packed. It will still have so many superheroes. So many. There's already so many in the universe, like, and they're all gonna be in Infinity War and Avengers 4. It's so many. This film has to work. It can't be a Batman. It won't be a BVS. Let me not stop being stupid, Jake. It's going to be very good, and I think they're going to give the characters a reasonable amount of camera time each. It's just like Civil War. They gave enough screen time to everybody, so
yeah.
And the Russos directed that, and they're directing this, and I trust the Russo brothers, because they made Winter Soldier and they made Civil War, so I trust them. I trust them with everything. I trust them wholeheartedly, and I think Infinity War will be good, very good. And one last question. How will Infinity War and Avengers 4 affect the future of the MCU? Will Marvel call it quits after it? After those movies? Or will it carry on?
If anything, I feel like that should mark the end of the story as a whole. But when it comes to Marvel, like making more movies after that, I feel like they should keep going. But like keep the stories before what happened in Infinity War.
That's fair enough. I mean, they can't do. Well, they've hinted at it. They've said if the Netflix shows are popular enough, they might make movies. But I'd find it hard to believe they'll make movies of those, based on like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, mainly Daredevil and Jessica Jones because they're violent and they talk about really, really up there themes, controversial themes that well kids and their target audience probably a bit too young. Not probably, they are too young. I mean, a kid shouldn't be learning about kissy time with no consent at that age. They shouldn't. And even Daredevil with all its blood and swearing. Nuh-uh. I think they'll still be making films. I mean, they've still got like Doctor Strange's sequels. I think they'll make a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Even though there's no mixtape of a Volume 3 that exists. And there's another Homecoming film. So, yeah, I think they'll continue in the future. But really and truly, I think they should. If it was just up to me, I think that they should finish it after Avengers 4. Because the whole market is superhero filled and it's getting a bit tiresome, boring. I mean, how do you think this podcast was born? It was born because of it. Because of all the superhero films and media out there. This is why the podcast is still here, in the first place. So, if there's an end to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then that will mean the end of us.
Yeah, that's true. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But, well, if the MCU ends, at least we'll have a dozen DC films to talk about. Oh, God. Can you imagine Nightwing and Batgirl and Batman? Hey, Batman.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we end the show. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's why we end the show. We'll talk about a lot more next week. I mean, we've got Batgirl gets a director. We're talking about Batgirl. We ain't even got to Justice League. Batgirl's got a director, Joss Whedon. It's shocking. Yes, the director of both Avengers films is directing Batgirl. Call him he's a traitor. He's a straight up traitor. Just like I forgot his name. J. Jonah Jameson. And I forgot his name as well. The guy who played Green Goblin in Spider-Man. He's a traitor as well. They're all traitors. I don't know what's wrong. Why are you going to the DC side? They're not good.
Wait, who's the Green Goblin guy? Who's he playing in?
He's playing a character. I don't know which character. I know J. Jonah Jameson is playing Commissioner Gordon, but I don't know about the Green Goblin guy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So we've got two traitors.
Yeah, I know, right? He could have come back to play J. Jonah Jameson. He was probably one of the greatest things about those two movies.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe is defected to the DC side. And yeah, next week we'll talk about Joss Whedon and Batgirl. We'll talk about Nightwing movie, because that's been announced as well. The CW DC show season finales reviews. Well, I don't know when our next episode will be. It'll probably be in like 2 months, because it'll take me that long to catch up. But yes, we will talk about those season finales. And we'll give you our Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 review. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Unless any more superhero news comes, just like we've been bombarded this episode, we'll probably be bombarded again. But hey, we finished it in under 2 hours. 1 hour 30 minutes. Amazing. And
It's a good day. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
don't you dare be sour. Clap for Jake and Ryan and feel the Justice League.
Feel the pringe. Oh god.
I didn't say fringe. Oh no, feel the Ghost Rider.
Oh my god.
We create so many memes in this.
This is crazy. This has got to be the best episode we've produced.
And this is only the 3rd episode, and the first episode with a name. Man.
Making moves, making $1 million moves.
What was that song you sung in the first episode? It was like Jake and Ryan. They're gonna change the
my god.
something like that.
You still have that, right?
Yeah. No, Jake and Ryan. They're gonna do a podcast. Jake and Ryan. No, it was Ryan and Jake. Sorry, no. Let's not get egos in the way. Ryan and Jake. We're doing a podcast. Ryan and Jake. We're changing up the forecast. Oh my god, I botched again.
Anyone out there listening, I am available for bookings this entire year. So don't be afraid to contact me.
Don't worry. I'll give them your contact details. Especially. Don't worry, I know everything about Ryan. Everything. And I guess that's it. Ryan, you started us off, so do you want to sign us out?
Alright guys, this has been Jake and Ryan. I'll give you the, going up first there. Jake and Ryan in the Dynamic Duo podcast. Tune in next time we come, because God knows when this is going to happen again, because both of us have wacky schedules. But tune in next time where we will, go over all the things Jake just mentioned in the past 10 minutes. Batgirl, director. It's like a list here. There's a Nightwing movie on the. You know what? I'm not gonna go into. We'll save it for the next episode. But this has been Jake and Ryan, and we're signing out.
Bye. Changing the forecast.